guys, welcome back to my channel this week for another video. I hope you are all doing well. If you're new, welcome and thank you so much for clicking on this video today. I hope you do enjoy this video, and if you do, don't forget to subscribe as I post videos every single week. Today we're going to be diving into the case of Kimberly Proctor, and it's a truly horrific case that involves betrayal by two of her closest friends. So let's just get right into this case today. Kimberly Proctor was an 18-year-old girl from Langsford, British Columbia, Canada. Born on January 1st, 1992, she was nicknamed the New Year's Baby. Kimberly suffered from ADD and severe anxiety. She attended an alternative high school and was often bullied. In 2009, she met a boy named Zach. However, they broke up and Kimberly began messaging another boy in their group named Cruz Wellwood. Cruz was a 16-year-old boy who was known as very rude and always getting into trouble. When he was just 7 years old, his dad was arrested for murder. So needless to say, he had a very rough upbringing. Cruz's best friend, 17-year-old Cameron Moffat, suffered from extreme trauma and mental health issues. Cameron had attempted to harm himself multiple times. Cruz and Cameron were addicted to sadistic porn sites and fantasized about rape and bondage. They had even experimented with drinking blood and other bodily fluids. It literally sounds like something out of a cult. Little did anyone know the boys were planning something that went far beyond a sick fantasy. Cruz and Cameron had hatched a plan to lure Kimberly over to Cruz's home and attack her. Cruz had messaged Kimberly and invited him over to his house to smoke pot and talk about her breakup with Zach, who was also Cruz's friend. She asked him to call her on the phone, and sadly, she agreed to go over there the very next day. She had no idea that he was messaging Cam at the exact same time, plotting the attack. Cruz reportedly wrote, "I am going to rip out her nose ring and burn her flesh." Originally, the plan was for him to get her high and seduce her. The boys had allegedly come up with a code phrase, "I think I'm gonna make some KD." KD is a Canadian way of saying macaroni and cheese. On March 18th, 2010, Kimberly took a bus around 10:30 a.m. to Cruz's home. Shortly after arriving to the home, the boys attacked her and stuffed a sock in her mouth. They tied her up, tortured her, and SA'd her for hours before suffocating her to death and mutilating her body. Cruz had reportedly attempted to lure his ex-girlfriend over as well, but thankfully she did not fall for it. Kimberly was supposed to babysit at 3 p.m. that afternoon and sew her graduation dress as she was just about to graduate high school. Later that evening, Cruz had sent a cover-up text to her phone asking if she was done babysitting, knowing that she was no longer alive. The next morning, the two boys stuffed her body in a hockey bag and took a bus out to Galloping Goose Trail, which is just west of Victoria, British Columbia. They burned her body under a bridge. Kimberly's mother had reported her missing to the police. However, her body was discovered by a group of teens who were going under the bridge to smoke some pot. Kimberly's body was burned so bad that she had to be identified by her dental records. Cruz had an online gamer friend who he confessed the crime to. He allegedly admitted to not feeling bad. The friend reported the confession to the police, and Cruz Wellwood and Cameron Moffat were arrested and charged with first-degree murder. Police found a text message from Cruz to Cameron a week after the murder that said, "Since we killed the bitch and it wasn't too hard, we should do it again." I'm so happy that these sickos were arrested because they surely would have gone on to be some disgusting serial killers. Due to the cruelty of this crime, both boys were charged as adults. They pled guilty and were sentenced to life in prison. They will be eligible for parole after having served 10 years. I think that they shouldn't be eligible for parole at all. And if they are, I surely hope that they do not get it. These boys will definitely do something like this again, and I feel like they're just some people that are just naturally born bad, as I've said before in other videos. What do you guys think of this case today? Do you guys think that they should have been charged as adults? Do you agree with the sentencing? Let me know what you think. And also, if you have any suggestions for any cases you would like me to cover, don't forget to leave it down below. Thank you so much for joining me today. And if you're new, don't forget to subscribe if you did enjoy this video and hit that notification bell as I do post videos every single week. Take care, and we'll see you guys in my next one.